baby, I'm as bad as they come. Said you wanna have one, yeah. You with the hottest under the sun. But be careful what you wish for. Make you eat your words. If I'm more than what you bargain for. Fun to flirt, but promise to deliver. Much is required. Cause look at what I'm giving you. You ain't really ready for real. You ain't even ready for real. You ain't really ready.
People are saying it's time for the belly.
Warning, oxygen levels low.
You did that. Yeah, you crossed the line about 1,000 times and I did that. Yeah, I stayed a while, tried to make it right. A cigarette. No, I never smoked, but my heart is broke, explosive. Stressing for that old thing back. That initial love, all the goosebumps, those flutters in my gut, turn into disgust. What a waste of love, babe. I just wanna go back to how it was. Lay in each other's arms all day. Send me gifts just because. Tell me where we went wrong.
Hey y'all, hey, what is up everybody? Y'all already know what day it is. It is time for Silo, y'all. If you're not watching Silo, this is an Apple original. You can find it on your Apple TV and they only have one season, which means you can catch up really quickly so that you can go ahead and start to the second season. But y'all know we're about to get into episode 2 and I definitely don't do this by myself. Let me go ahead and bring the crew up. I got my girl, Tyra from Struggle Reviewz. Hey boo, hold on. Let me get you on the screen. There you go. Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to talk about Silo.
Okay. And y'all already know we got Ashley. Got to get her perspective on everything. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. I just really want to know, was the mayor smashing the judge? That's what I want to know. That's the question I'm leaving the episode with. And it needs answers.
That's what I said. And I'm glad I'm not the only one who was thinking that, because when they was getting up in each other's face the way they were so close, I was like, wait a minute, something ain't right. So you wasn't thinking that, Tyra? You wasn't thinking that they was a little too close for comfort?
No, I was there. I was just going to wait to say it till later.
That was the burning question for me. Screw everything else. I want to know what's going on with Judge Meadows and Bernard.
Okay, that part. But so listen, I need a vibe check. I need to know what y'all were thinking about the episode. How were you feeling about it? Was it, because I know last week we were like, this was a little bit slow. Like everybody wasn't really feeling it. But this week for me, I think that it picked up a little bit. I was way more intrigued. I was kind of glad to get back to Silo 18. Tyra, what were your thoughts?
Oh, that's my main question. I was like, hopefully we get back to Silo 18. If we don't get a lot of information with this man locked away in the vault, at least let us get back and see what them folks doing. And we got just that, and I had absolutely no problem with this episode.
Okay. Ash?
Girl, night and day. This was 10 times better than episode 1, in my opinion. I actually wanted more. I hate that they cut it off the way that they did. I said, y'all could have gave us an extra 5-10 minutes on this episode. So I was well pleased. I'm excited about the possibility of rebellion. I'm absolutely here for that. I want to see what the people are going to do. I want to see what stunts this mayor is going to pull out of his bag. And I also want to know what Common's character is going to be up to, because he's disgruntled and dissatisfied.
Okay, that part. And that part right there is going to be interesting to me, because I really, really do think that Common is going to end up coming to the other side of this thing, just because he is already feeling a type of way about how the mayor has been moving. And I'm like, this is about to be another, you got to go to the other side. And so we're about to see how this is going to go. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see if we get some slides up so we can go ahead and talk about it. Pull my little notes out, because I had to take some notes this time because something actually happened. Last time, did nothing happen. I was like, I don't need no notes. Let's see. Here we go. Silo. Okay. So when we open up the episode, of course, everybody is kind of like in disarray on 18, because they're like, Juliet then got out. She went over that hill and nobody else has ever went over that hill. And that's when they're like, you know, they have the right to ask questions. Maybe the air is good. Is this going to be the downfall for Silo 18? Since we kind of got more information because we know what's out there. Ashley, is this going to be their downfall?
Not necessarily. Walker is going to step in, as we kind of see later. And I think even though I like Shirley, I like her character, I wish we knew more about Shirley other than who she is in proximity to Juliet or whatever. I think could be formidable potentially, but I don't think she's got a clear vision. I think she is all she's all gusto right now, and I don't think she really has a strategy or a plan. And we all know what they're in for if they go out like that. So, I mean, the questions are there, but I don't see her as the leader of any revolt at this time. I really think they need to sit and build a strategy, defer to the wisdom of their elders, and kind of move slowly through this. Again, I don't think going out them gates the way that they put Juliet out is the only way. I think they just need to get smart. They're already at the lowest level. I think they need to explore more. But this definitely isn't the end for Silo 18. We know Bernard got some tricks up his sleeve, so it's not going to be an easy revolt or rebellion. But I'm here for the effort of it all.
Okay, Tyra.
Shirley pissed me off. I'm trying to be patient with Shirley. I'm trying to be patient with Shirley as someone who, you know, has been brought up in the silo and doesn't know anything else. It's only right for her to feel like she's being lied to when we physically see somebody, my bestie, go over the hill and you guys try to make it something different. But we all know what's out there. We all know what's out there, baby. I was over there with Martha. Let me go on some of y'all down with this hose. Because calm down. We still have life here. Like, and just because it was that for her doesn't mean that it would be the same for everybody else. But I just love that it took that one thing for it to be like, well, we can go outside. We've been lied to. I was like, well, it wasn't, you know, this is how they felt the first time when this is the same as them all charging out there decades ago to their own deaths. Like, let's do a couple of trial runs and see, well, you know what, Juliet and this person went over here. It's just like, oh, no. She went over the hill and then she had the decency to not even clean the glass. Oh, it is safe outside. And we know that it's detriment. It is death outside. So this is a very, very unsafe situation, but you could understand why they all feel like we have been lied to if we have never seen anybody do that before.
Exactly. They feel bamboozled, and you can't really be mad at them for feeling bamboozled because they've been inside, like you said, all this entire time. So they have no clue. They don't know. All they know is that someone that they know, trust, and love went out there and she made it over that hill. Like, so what is that all about? And now I just feel like we're going to have that little group of people that's going to try to, you know, start that rebellion. And here we go. But but you know, like you said, old girl came in there. I don't know why her name just left me. Walker came in there and she hosed them down. She said, look, y'all got jobs to do and it's time to go do your jobs. And I know they was probably looking at her like, ma'am, you ain't even been out the room in like 50-11. That's probably why they all just left. They was like, you know what, let's just listen to her because she ain't even left. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this guy right here. Every time I look at him, I always think like how can you not see that there is something wrong? But I guess in this episode, I was kind of I had to take a seat back because I feel like in this particular episode, we do know that he sees something. He just ain't ready to act on it yet. He's paying attention though, because I was like, I know you ain't this dumb. But he tells him like, look, there are talks of a rebellion, and so my thing is, do you guys think that there's going to be a point where we will be able to get things back to a normal silo? Is the mayor going to be able to pull this back together, or do you think that this little bit of hope is going to, make it to where it's going to be a little bit harder for him when it's all said and done? What side is Common going to be? Not Common. What side? I'm just going to call him Common. What side is he going to be on when this is all over with? Will he rock with the mayor, or is he going to be with the people? Tyra?
I think he's going to be on his own side. Like, I'm still in the dark as to why it's so important for him to be his shadow. I mean, naturally, you would think that this is something that he wants to do. I've looked up, I've paid my debt and been a part of the judicial side and did all the brunt work. Why not make me? But it just seems like they have their own motive as to why it's so important that he's the shadow, and it's just something that they're not telling us yet, because there's no way that it's just like just because I have to be. I think there's more than just a sense of leadership here in him just, I guess, ruling. But baby, it's up. It's up in the silo. Like, the way Tim Robbins about to set it off, the way Mayor Holland, like, that brute force is coming. It's coming. Like, I loved how he moved in this episode, and it's just like, well, now we can get back to the shadow. It's just like, baby, what are you talking about? I may have bought us a couple of days. Nothing has simmered down here. This is only the beginning, and I think things are about to get real restricted and destructed in the silo, and I just can't wait for it, because people about to lose it. But I don't think he's going to be on any side. I think he's on the side of himself, and he's going to do some low down stuff in pursuit of maybe being his shadow.
Girl, I just wish he let it go. Like, dude, read the room. Ashley?
Yeah, Robert is a social climber. At the end of the day, I think his thirst for power is always going to be his number one priority, period. Like, I think he could give a damn. We know he could give a damn, right? Because in his mind, if we're to believe the character that they painted in season 1, he really is a true believer at the end of the day as far as what he thinks is best for the silo. I think that's how he's justified his terrible actions in the past. And I think he could give a damn. I honestly think he could take the mayor out on any given day, at any given point. I think that his thirst for power is going to reign supreme. I don't think it moves him that people are upset, dropping dead, falling off balconies. I don't think he cares about any of that. I just think he wants to be the mayor, which is why it's so important for him to be the shadow. As far as the rebellion, it's never going to go back to normal or the way it was. There's always going to be an undercurrent, and I'm here for a rebellion, but not in the way that they're attempting to go about it, right? Like I said, I think that they need Walker. I think they need some of their elders to help them formulate a plan that'll really work. But no, they've seen it. They got the hope. That hope cannot be destroyed. I honestly think the mayor is other than that speech, we saw that. I honestly believe that he is going to send a couple people to their deaths outside just to prove a point about the quality of everything that's outside. And honestly, at this point, y'all, I'm not so mad at the mayor. I'm not so mad at Bernard. I feel like he is doing what he thinks he needs to do. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be a normal ever again. Now, how they go about this rebellion will be the question, but a rebellion there will be at some point.
I think so too. But I agree with Tyra. I don't think that girl is the one that's gonna be the leader. Cheryl, I don't think that Cheryl. I don't think she's gonna be Shirley. I don't think she's gonna be. Let me pull my notes up so I get these names right. I don't think that she's gonna be the one to actually be the leader, though. I feel like right from the jump, we're already seeing some warning signs that she don't really know what she's doing. And I'm just like, I don't even know if she makes it, y'all. Like, honestly, I don't know if that character makes it through this season, because I feel like there's going to be people that are going to get it, right? Like, they're not going to make it. And I don't think she's going to be one. I don't think she's going to be one of them. But here's another character right here that he was questioning he was questioning. He was like, look, why would Juliet say that she wants to go out? Like, why would she run if she said that? Like, that made no sense to him. And he's going to start to ask these questions. And I don't think he's going to be able to stop himself. I think even if he wants to stop himself, he's going to keep asking questions and he's going to go down the same rabbit hole that Juliet went down. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the sheriff, the new sheriff? What do you think is going to be in game for him? Is he going to go down this path, or is he going to follow what Judicial wants him to do? Is he going to get in line like a good boy, or what is he going to do? Ash, you start.
Baby, top cop Poindexter is not going to stop, and he's going to get his fool self unalived. He needs to go in a corner and deal with his condition and focus on the things that he can focus on, because he keeps bringing it up to the wrong people. Don't go to Sims. Sims will toss you off the edge of the stairs. We've seen him do it before. He'll do it again. You know, and I like the sheriff. I think he believes in justice, and he believes in this holy book, the order. He believes in that. But I think once his world is dismantled, that no, the silo doesn't go by this book. Like, there's other elements at play. I think once he gets the full reality of what happened, he'll be forever changed. But I think he'll die quickly. Like, I don't think he's one of those, oh, like, I know the truth and I know a smarter way to fight it. I honestly just think he's so obvious with it that somebody's going to take him out. I think he's a do-gooder. I think he wants to do what's right and wants justice. He's just not, he has no ease or delicacy with it. So, yeah, I don't see it for Top Cop. I don't see it for him. I don't see him lasting long.
Oh man, Top Cop, you gotta go. Tyra, Top Cop making it?
I think so. I mean, Billings, he gives, you know, hints of yes balls. It's there, honestly, you know, because he's always thought of this as a righteous place, and it's like he's fought all this time to get here, along with covering, you know, his own illnesses and the whole thing that he has going on that, you know, that are frowned upon. But I feel like he's going to come through in the clutch. I feel like we didn't spend all that time last season building that tedious rapport between him and Juliet for it to all be thrown away. He has to be of some use. The way he shed a whole tear and took a little piece of that relic, I feel like he is gonna put all of that energy that he's put to get him to this point and realizing that, oh, this is never what I thought it was. I'm not of value here. I'm just placed here, you know, for show to be a yes man. I really want to do something. I really want to make change, and I really want to make use of my position. I think he's going to play a pivotal role in Juliet, in the whole movement, in the whole thing. I don't see him getting taken out. I hope not. I hope we didn't die.
No. Profound, and then die. He's so obvious. He has no finesse to me. That's my only fear.
But I know that. But they underestimate him. Also, they're expecting him to like. It's like, oh, Billings. This is why they wanted him in the position in the first place, because what exactly is he going to do? Like, what threat is he? I think he's a bigger threat than they may. I think he's a bigger threat than he knows. It's just taking time for him to put down all those rules he's went by for years.
Yeah, because he definitely is a rule follower, and I find it hard to believe him stepping outside of that. But I feel like in order for him to, if he's gonna play this big pivotal role, he gonna have to step outside of that. He can't be the lawman. Like, he's gonna have to dig a little bit deeper into that other side, like break some rules like Juliet used to do. Hope he don't end up like Juliet, but I'm just saying he gonna have to break some rules. That's the only way.
Well, that's why I think he'd be good, EJ, because even though they expected Juliet to break rules. They're not expecting him to do anything more than what he's doing. And he also has that little discernment to just be like, I think he's in the perfect position to do some underhanded things and go unnoticed.
Okay, that's what's up. Let me pull you, move you around. There we go, so we can see your face. Okay, that is what's up. Let's see, because there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I have them on the slide, but we'll double back to them in a second. But Walker gets arrested. Her and McClain both get arrested. We all know what this is for. We know that this is all part of the mayor's big plan, right? He needs to tell the story first. It's like, you know how it is where, like, if I tell it first, then, you know, people are going to believe me. He wanted to paint that narrative. I need to tell this story and make it seem like the silo, like the powers that be, did something really, really big, something really, really special. Ash, can you tell us a little bit about talk about that particular part where the mayor, his actual speech, because I want to talk about his speech and now I'm gonna double back to this tape and why they
Oh,
got arrested.
okay. Yeah, you're right though. Whoever girl, we got that lesson in Doom, right? Whoever the victor is tells the story, right? So I think in his mind, if I can paint the picture of what happened, I can get out in front of it, I can do damage control, and I can twist it. So basically the mayor gets up there and is like, yeah, our suit technicians got this new tape and we tried it out, but it wasn't a complete success, but it did help her to last longer on the outside. But ultimately, she didn't make it. But this gives us hope for the future. We are closer now than we've ever been to being able to get out of the silo. And so people are cheering, they're doing all that. Meanwhile, we have some radical rebels in the crowd, like, he's a liar, it's not true. But again, this was genius. This was actually his only play, honestly. If he was going to try to quell as much of a rebellion as he could, as far as the masses, because really, you think about it, it wasn't going to be just Shirley and them down in the lower levels. Everybody's starting to ask questions when they see her go over the crest. They're like, oh, and she didn't clean she wasn't cleaner. She wasn't a cleaner. So I think that was integral into his plan and what's going to happen, because let's also remember that for better or worse, whatever you think of him so far, he is trying to preserve the lives of the people on Silo. He had that camera footage from Juliet's thing and he saw those bodies on bodies on bodies. He said it looked like the whole Silo went to war with itself and all 10,000 of them were out there. And that's what it looked like to us as well, right? When we're watching episode 1. So I think he did what needed to be done as a leader in that moment, because you think, okay, you have 9,999 people there, or how many ever, ready to revolt and try to go outside. And he would be looking at those same mass casualties as Silo 17. So, I mean,
exactly. I get that. Like, I completely understand why he did what he did. It's just so sneaky and underhanded. And I believe there was someone, I can't think of who it was exactly, but they felt like people could handle the truth. I think it was Juliet, but it might have been somebody else. But they felt like people could handle the truth. But at the same time, I don't think that everybody can really handle the truth. Like, I don't think that you could really arm everyone with the truth and expect for it to be rainbows and roses and everybody's just going to do what they're supposed to do. I feel like to a certain level, you do have to be a Bernard. You do have to do some of this sneaky underhanded stuff just to try to keep order. But the problem is when that stuff get out, it's horrible. Tyra, what are your thoughts about the mayor's speech and how they strategically put these two lock them up while this speech is going on?
I mean, where was the lie in the speech? The tape didn't last. I mean, Bernard has yet to truly tell a 100% lie. This is our first step. We could if she didn't get her butt into that silo and snatch, she would have died. She would have died. That tape did not make it far. It made it just as far as he saw for us to see all the decrepit bodies are outside of the silo. It didn't last. I love that. I thought this was brilliant. I thought it was so smart. I was like, oh yes, this is why you're the mayor. I thought it was smart. There was no way to play that. To take that power back and oh, she's a hero and she made this choice. I was like, yes, sell it to the people. I feel like he locked these two up for two purposes. I want you to know that I know that you did it, but I'm not going to cause a ruckus more than what's going on now for it to be even obvious than that. But I feel like he also locked these two up because if there was anybody that was he's lying and and Shirley backdoor and did it anyway. Shirley backdoor did it anyway and kind of messed that up. And I also thought he put them in here because I don't know why at this point, y'all, they listening all the time everywhere. Y'all still talking as if oh, we're in here, so it's obsolete. We can say whatever we want to say. He wanted to hear, what they were going to say to each other. But yeah, this is I appreciate how it was ride or die because like baby Walker, I ain't going down for you. It's just like I'm just gonna go and take that charge and you know you can go on and live the rest of your life. It's like no, we gonna go out together. Like, I ain't doing that. Y'all really love each other, huh? Y'all really love each other. But I was here for that. But I'm I don't know. Something in my bones is not trusting Walker for some reason.
Okay, expand.
I don't know, EJ. You know, it's just in my bones. Like I just don't like. I don't know. Something about her just seems like there's like something under this surface that is just not clean. I don't know. I feel like she's a flip flopper. She's an op. She's old. Like I don't. Not that has anything to do with it. Like I just don't. I feel like it's something that she's not saying. And in the span of this short episode, she was able to go right back and forth between like, oh, there wasn't any oxygen or much oxygen in the little pack. She's definitely dead. And then by the time we get to the end, like, well, you know, hey, she's probably alive. Like I don't know. I feel like she's, you know, one that'll go back and give information and intel when they're trusting her the whole time and listening to her. And she's going right on up there to old Holland, to Bernard, and saying what's what. Because I know y'all can't trust us. Because like the older people know, like you can't always trust what you see verbatim. They've been in this silo for so long. Like, who's to say what's safe and what's not? I'd rather kind of diminish this and save the many than maybe think it's okay and kill thousands upon thousands because you saw one person go over the hill. I don't know. I feel like she's an odd for some reason.
I mean, you never know though. But that's the thing about it is that you never know. Ashley, are you getting any vibes like that from Walker?
I think she knows more than what she's saying, but I don't think she's an op per se. I don't. I think she knows a lot more though, and I think she's biding her time. I don't know, but then again, I don't know because the loyalty there we saw between her and Black Chick in the cell, I was like, wow, okay, well that was kind of admirable. And then when she's down there in the tunnels and they're trying to do their little secret thing, she's like, no, stop it, y'all aren't smart enough for this. I think that's true. I hope throughout the season that we get more of her knowledge because I think she has a ton of knowledge and wisdom that she just hasn't felt safe to share with anyone or that anyone would know what to do with the information if they had it. But I'm not going to say op just yet. I'll put a pin in it and we'll come.
That stop felt like, all right, y'all, now look, Bernard sent me down here to drop dimes. Y'all sure y'all want to, y'all really not smart. I mean, if you really want to be serious about it, what exactly are you going to do, baby? They just waiting. Well, if y'all going to do it anyway, well, sure, like, all right, like, it's just nothing I can really, I feel like that was acceptance of, you know, there's really nothing I can say or do to stop this. It's starting. Well, let me do my job. I don't know.
Durfalina. Durfalina said, I agree because why her old self not one of them flame keepers? Why she ain't get down with the squad of truthers? I need the backstory.
And then it's not even like then we went through at this point I'm questioning like, girl, you've been held up in that silo apartment for what? What you was doing in there? Huh? Okay. What drove you to be in there in the first place? And now she's just out walking around. I followed this idiot. What y'all doing down here? Like you just having the best time, ain't you?
Okay.
Pouring out water hoses. But I wonder if she has the gift because that's another thing they approached in season 1 and we haven't really gone back to that. These people who can see. Because some people in there seeing the truth of things.
But those are people that they don't want to have them babies. They like y'all can't procreate because we ain't trying to have a bunch of them running around here. So, you know, it is what it is. There was another part when oh gosh, what is his name? I can't think of his name. It'll come to me in a second, and I'll double back to it.
Knox, the mechanic.
The mechanic. Girl, look at you just reading my doggone mind. That's his name.
I'm a seer.
Look at you, a seer. There was another moment where he goes down and he actually talks to, he's like, look, do not make no weapons. So I'm like, so he knows that they're about to try to do something. Like he feels it. He knows what's about to go down, but they pan the camera away when he asked for something else. And I don't know what it was for the life of me. I was like, what else could he be asking for? Like, what could that second thing be? Did anybody have any feelings, thoughts about it or anything? And do you think that he could possibly be another person that might be an inside person, like an op?
We know he's an op.
I mean, but he told that one time.
Girl, he probably worked for judicial. It's probably going to come out because they need somebody in every level. And down in that bottom level, they don't really have a member of judicial down there. So yeah, he an op. He been an op. Knox is going to do whatever he feels like is best for him. I think in the last season, they painted him as, I'm just doing what's best for the greater good. If I hadn't turned her in, they'd been all down here looking for everything. I think he likes his own little corrupt schemes that he's got going on down there. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, even though he is big fine. All right, we're not going to deny Knox look good. Okay, but yeah, he's a big op. He's a super op. I don't trust him at all. I think he'll be the demise of this rebellion. I think he might end up unaliving Shirley. Early prediction.
Okay, Tyra, thoughts?
Child, actually gonna find somebody fine, ain't she?
Every time.
I mean, he was though.
Baby, I haven't trusted Knox since we had Juliet about to drown in the Lake of Pentateucas because he wanted to be up there. Like, what you just watching for? I didn't feel like he was assisting enough way back in season 1, just up there doing his duties. Can you hurry up? It's getting hot. Okay, could you help? He just wasn't helping. He tried to have a little, I guess, wannabe redeeming quality. Like, well, I did give up Juliet. Let me not have the same thing happen with Shirley at this moment. Let me vouch for her and stand up and like maybe get her on my side. Maybe stop this before it starts. Shirley ain't buying none of it, and I ain't buying none of it either.
She not down with that. Shirley say bump all of that because, I mean, first of all, you told on our girl, right? You're the reason why they came down here looking for her.
Girl, Shirley gonna get some people killed. That was gonna happen.
Yeah. That's definitely about to happen. It's gonna be several people who gonna get got. Speaking of Cheryl, I put Cheryl on there, but speaking of Shirley, she goes rogue. That's probably where I got that from. I was like, why I keep calling her Cheryl? But speaking of her, she goes rogue, y'all. Like seriously, she's like, bump this. We about to get in here and really figure out what's going on. We need to know the truth. Sometimes I feel like people's quest for truth in these type of situations just really is agitating. I'm like, it really ain't broken, y'all. Just roll with it at this point. Like y'all saw all the other people go out there and I mean, maybe Juliet is the anomaly, right? Maybe that's what it is. And how about we just go on with life? But she's like, no, I think she really thinks that she's out there still, right? She thinks that she's out there. She thinks that they're lying about something. She knows about the tape. And now she's gotten this kind of group of people together. And what they finna do, I don't know, besides tag these walls. Ashley, what they finna do?
Yeah, again, she's got enough charisma, I think, based on the events and circumstances to draw this little crowd. But we know what they do in these situations. They're always going to make an example of this little faux leader, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, you're entitled to have questions, but she is moving so sloppily and so loudly as if she doesn't care about what's going to happen to her. Her desire for this quest honestly makes me think that she and Juliet at one time or another were bumping pocketbooks. I believe it in my heart of hearts. I think they went to the jungle a couple of times because she's acting like a star-crossed lover whose heart is broken behind this. I think this lends itself to more than friendship. Hopefully we get a flashback and I get to see what happened. But yeah, Shirley to me just isn't, she ain't built for this bookie, and they're going to make an example out of her because she won't take sound advice. She won't listen. And she's being so loud and so sloppy. Like even, oh boy, little dude, the apprentice, Juliet's old shadows. Like, yeah, I was just following you guys, but I'm down because, Juliet, she saved my life. So I'm here. And I'm just like, girl, if this little nincompoop was able to spot you, anybody else can. Like, and I'm here for women of color being empowered and all that. I just don't see it for Shirley. I think they're going to take her out really quickly as well if she keeps moving this way because she's being sloppy.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. Tyra, was they bumping uglies?
I'm just gonna say that she's riding for her best friend. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But the best friend, in the span of one episode, then gave away the location to the Underground Railroad to two people. Like, ma'am, we need you to be like already two big. You didn't see this man who who has been displayed to not be the brightest of bulbs, telling you, and him being told by Martha, like, baby, it takes a village. She is just such a hothead, and I don't want to see her in color or not. I don't want to see her in no position of power. Girl, sit down. She about to get some people murked. She's about to get some people sent to their death. And watch, the first victim gonna be that nice chocolate dreaded black man down there who was down there smiling ear to ear when he heard about the JL taggings on the wall. Like, she's gonna get some people killed. She's very reckless. She's like, there's no thought being put into this. She's strictly acting off of emotion. I'm mad and they're lying, and let's just like, oh gosh. And the sad thing is, when these things happen, like, Shirley will be the one to go free and live. Like, no, you need to die with everything else. Like, I don't want to see that, but this is definitely going to be a problem. Even if there is a rebellion, she should most definitely not be the leader.
In that part. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. She's not thinking logically. She's not playing this strategically. Clearly, they know everything that's going on in the silo. Clearly, there are people that you don't know who the op is. There is no way that she pulls this off, not moving the way that she's moving. She's moving just so careless. If they were both able to find you, everybody gonna be able to find you. And the fact that y'all are out here tagging walls, like, I've never understood a signature. Like, I don't get that. Like, why? Y'all out here tagging walls, they're going to notice and they're going to want to know who it is. Like, you're going to draw attention right to yourself. So I feel like this is a disaster waiting to happen. And I seriously don't think that she's going to make it. And, it'll be all right. It'll just be one last person on the silo, and somebody else will get their baby card and be able to have a baby. Period.
They're trying to be like the Legend of Billie Jean is what it gives to me. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, Juliet's an icon. Okay, she's a legend.
All things.
Girl.
That's what I feel in my heart. The haircut, like, listen, it goes.
Girl. Y'all, now this part right here, there were two different times that we saw these two talking to each other. There was a moment that we saw them talking to each other before he gives his speech, when he asked her to come, and she talking about, I stopped drinking today. And I was like, girl, really? Today is the day that you stopped drinking. Okay. You probably had a drink right before you pour that drink out. I don't think you can really count that as I stopped drinking today. I think you got to wait. I'm just saying, I think you got to wait to the following day, start fresh, get through the whole day, and then say, I stopped drinking. But I want to talk about this in two parts, because there was that part right there that was really throwing me off. And I really thought something was about to happen with these two. I really thought they were actually doing more. I thought that was what was about to happen. And I was like, no, do not do this. I don't want to see it. But more than that, we know that she's been drinking for a reason. Like, she knows so much. And I've been so intrigued with this character, because when we first meet her, I'm like, okay, they just got this token black lady here that's, just got her kind of there, but they're really the ones that are running things. But when we really dig deep into it, she knows everything. What are your thoughts about, like, just the character herself, and what did y'all think about this relationship that you see with them as it's kind of unfolding? And you can talk about both times, this part when we saw them, and then later when we see them, because it's kind of one for me. Ashley, you go ahead and start, and then Tyra.
Oh, Chile, yeah. Meadows is a piece of work, and I really thought she was gonna bust it wide open on that counter, and I'm so glad they didn't do that. That was something I never, ever, ever want to see on this show. But apparently she was once the mayor's shadow, and she was the best shadow that he's ever had. But apparently during that experience, she was so traumatized, right? She was traumatized, and we know she's been moving faulty as a part of judicial. She's just been going with the flow of whatever the powers that be want to go. And I think that finally the guilt of it all is eating her up, but not so much that she's not willing to go and follow up his speech and give people a couple credits so they can have a turkey dinner later on that night. What I found was super interesting, and I said, oh, this heifer doesn't want to be here anymore, was when she said she want to go outside, get me some of that good tape. But girl, you're no MacGyver. You are no Juliet Buki. You go out there, you're gonna fall through that silo, and you're going to be gone. You're gonna be gone, ma'am. There's no traversing, hoisting yourself up with ropes. Meadows don't have that in her at her big age. At this point, girl, I need you to sit there, maybe marry the mayor, maybe be his little shadow. But I thought the dynamic was really interesting. They are definitely telling us something there about their past. He is so much in her personal space. It was uncomfortable for me because why does she feel your breath on her neck or on her forehead? I didn't like it. But I'm interested to see what this is going to be. I think, honestly, this is going to make her a target. I think Sims is going to hate every bit of this, and he's going to go for the jugular at this point. So I think the mayor, while he's focusing on the big thing, I think he is becoming lax in like the interpersonal relationships that he has. And I think he's underestimating Sims. But I'm actually curious about how this dynamic is going to work and, you know, ultimately how she's going to help facilitate his plan going forward.
Okay. Tyra, thoughts?
All right, we need a flashback because Shawshank Redemption definitely hit it on a Tuesday. Okay, they was getting it in.
Okay.
I want to get into those. Like, well, why you got to be hitting the black shadow, huh? Why she couldn't just be doing her job and in the ranks and in the waiting? We just had to make it sexual. I'm here. Liberate the senior coochie. They could have got it in on the counter, Ashley. Leave them folks alone, okay? they ain't got nothing else to do in the damn silo. Like, heard all of this. I stopped drinking, girl. Drinking and being a drunk does not work that way. This lady has been drinking for a long time. If she has been out of work and commission, out of the office because she was sick. No, girl, you were drunk sick. Like that doesn't happen overnight. Like, I'm really interested in their past dynamics because we know how he is and the lack of trust that he has, but he trusts her like bar none. Like, I need you. You're the only person who can, and then they're very honest with each other. Their boundaries have been passed, you know, just being a shadow. Clearly there was some type of sexual relationship. I think that was that also, you know, made her step away and step down. But maybe, you know, she saw and experienced some things. It was just like, if this is what it means to be your shadow and be the mayor, I definitely don't want this job. I don't want this job, and I really don't want too much to do with this damn silo. And she's just been suffering and just ill and just hating it here. And now she feels like she has an opportunity to have a Wizard of Oz situation. And I want to go outside. Like, girl, say it louder. You gonna go on and take us to the sale? She said she wanted to go outside. That's what the rules say. But I mean, we all know what's waiting outside. And as Ashley said, she is absolutely not built for that. I don't think she'll get a chance to go outside because Sims said, why she here, Ike? Why she here, Ike? She's in my way. Like you said that I was gonna, and that not said, he's just thinking that he's bought enough time. Like, I've done everything you've ever asked me to do. Why wouldn't you want me to be your shadow? And just from the conversations that he's had with Meadows, you can like, yeah, he's that, you know, he's good for the muscle, the brute force, and the brunt work, but I don't think he's built to be a shadow, especially not right now. He's not going to receive that. He's going to take this woman out the same way that they plotted and took that female mayor out last season.
Because they sure took her out. They sure did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree with both of you guys. I definitely think that there was smashing at some point. I've been saying that because it's just a weird thing. The way that he's right dead center in her space, that is too close for comfort. She doesn't move out of it. She lets him stay right there in her space. So that is a dead giveaway that something is going on. And I would be so here for the flashback of just how these two relationship kind of like how we got here. Like,
I mean, since y'all want to see the old sex scene,
I ain't trying to see that part.
Have a flashback. Let them liberate themselves. They wouldn't be there for long. They probably just have a little lusty kiss on the bar or something. This will be one of them slow, you know, elderly kisses where their mouths closed and tight.
Girl. That part. But Meadows does say that she would help him, but that she needed something from him, right? And that she basically just wants to go out. I'm like, girl, are we trying to, like, what are we doing? Like, because it just feels like she's seen the vault. Like, she knows what's in the room. I don't understand it. And I just feel like there's something else. Like, what is it? Like, what type of guilt are you feeling that you want to go outside with the good tape?
that good tape is taking me out. They put so much stock. Hook me up with some of that good tape. Like what the good tape? Yeah, that good tape. Like I don't even think it's the vault. Like I think she is just miserable. Like those relics, nothing is sufficing anymore. She just doesn't want to be there. And them being in that room in that vault is one thing, but it's like, oh, was she went outside and made it over the hill. And even he says, like, I don't know, the damn book didn't prepare me for none of that. It says if they went out there and they didn't clean, not if they kept breathing and made it over. They're literally like fish out of water and don't know what to do. And he said the next step is brute force.
Okay. And that's going to be crazy. So do y'all think that, so I think we talked about last time about the possibility of the other silos. So do y'all think any of the other silos still have people in them, or do you think all of the silos are empty and this really is the last one? Because I think that the other silos are still full. I think that there's somebody in each one of them. I think they're all communicating, like they have their head person in each one and that they communicate. Except for 17, because 17 is out.
I don't know. I feel like that there are definitely other people in there. Maybe Bernard knows, and it just seems like Bernard is in his own bubble and he doesn't communicate with anything or anybody beyond that book and what he knows and maybe what he learned before. He's always talking about the founding fathers, but he's never like gave any anything alluding to I'm communicating with 16 and 17. Or any other numbers. Like I don't know. I would hope so, because how could they keep something like this under wraps and in control without like, but I will be waiting and interested to see if he's like, yeah, if y'all see a Juliet roll up, she came from 18. I don't know.
Exactly. That's kind of what our process is. But she doesn't have any more tape, so she would have to go under the tunnels because we know they're connected some kind of way. So she gonna have to get in that water because she can't go outside. I mean, that would not be a good thing. So I don't know. My mind is like, what are we gonna do? Do y'all think we're gonna get answers before the end of the season?
You're gonna get because this is not about from. We're gonna get something. We're definitely gonna get something. I think they give us just enough. Just enough.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about these two a little bit more so about Sims, because in this moment we realize that he really is feeling like there is something wrong, like there is something going on, and he feels like there's something between these two in particular. And it was interesting to me because I literally, and maybe I just missed it, or maybe I was making too many assumptions, but I really thought that he was more on the end and that he knew that she knew the mayor. But it feels like he has no clue that they know each other the way that they know each other, that they're familiar with each other the way that they're familiar with each other. And what does this mean for him? Like I know, Tyra, you said that you think that he's going to come after her. Ash, I'm curious about what you think he's gonna do. Like, do you think he's gonna activate and maybe try to go after her? Or do you think he's gonna try to backdoor the mayor? Like, what's his next move now that he's kind of, the lights are clicking, the lights are on?
Yeah, that's absolutely what I said. He'll definitely go for Meadow's neck. Like, she is the one that is in his spot. Listen, and the wife is pushing him and motivating him. I mean, I don't even know if he's that smart on his own. It feels like to me he's got a smart wife who's kind of instructing him and guiding him along this thing. Well, you know what you have to do. You know what you have to do, sir. Yeah, just make it happen. But no, definitely. There will definitely be a play, an attempt, because again, I think his ultimate goal is power. Now, to what end? I don't know. Does he think he'll come in and change the dynamics of the silo? Does he think he'll be better in the role of mayor, or is it purely just about like the status of becoming it? I would love to know, and maybe one day we'll get there. What other than his father being in judicial, right, and going behind that door, and because we got that whole long story in episode 1, what is his real motivation? What's pushing him? What's driving him to do all these things and everything he's willing to do to get it? We already know he's cutthroat. We already know he's vicious because the way he socked Juliet in her stomach, we know he's a killadilla. So I'm just waiting to see what it's going to be, and I would love to know his motivation because as of right now, we really don't know.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel like he has one, and we know that he fiercely loves his family, and we know that that is a weakness at this point when, as it relates to being in a position of power, and even Bernard even kind of basically says it, but because of the situation with the family in season one. So I'm curious about that too. I'm curious as to know, like, why does he want this so bad? Why does he keep pushing to be the shadow so bad? Why would you even want that type of, like, why would you even want to go there and have a family? I just feel like that puts a target on your back. Tyra, thoughts?
I don't know. Like, there has to be something else. It just can't be like, oh, I'm just trying to be mayor because I could run this better than you ever could. It has to be more than power. For him to go this hard, like, you can't tell me he's not going to try to touch Meadows. So ASAP, maybe not the next episode, but the one afterwards, because he wants that position so badly. And it's like, I don't even feel like that deep connection of, oh, come on, oh man, I love you. We've been supporting and rocking, and I've been doing your bidding, and you're kind of practically your shadow already. I respect you so much. Just like, maybe you'll get your old ass out the way. I'm trying to be the mayor. It just don't. It feels more like that. But why? If it's just power, that would be underwhelming. I'm hoping that it's something else.
Yeah, maybe it is. It got to be something else, because that would be a much better. I feel like that would be a much better story if it's something else. Because the age-old thing of power is just, there's just too much. We already talked about this because I combined these two because I knew they were my last slide. But yeah, I mean, overall, this particular episode, I thought this was a really good episode, y'all. I thought we learned more. I'm not going to say a lot. I'm going to say more. I feel like we learned a little bit more. I feel like we know that some lines are being drawn, and that some people don't get hurt, mainly Shirley. But I do feel like we are going to see Sims kind of go a little bit rogue here, and we're going to see more of his true colors. Final thoughts about the episodes are?
Really good episode. Like, I'm enjoying the writing and the pacing already in this just episode 2. They didn't make us wait too long. We directly went back to the silo, so I'm assuming next episode we are going to catch up with Juliet and Old Man with the two-tone eyes. I'm here for it. I'm here for the direction and everything we're doing. I just want to see what she's doing. Has she built a little shanty tent? Did she find, like, what's she eating? I want to know now. I want to know, because we know exactly what's happening in the silo. So I look forward to us probably going back and forth between the two until somehow, probably underground in those tunnels, they meet again.
Okay, that's what's up. Ash?
Yeah, this was definitely a strong episode. I enjoyed it. I do feel like we're getting closer to something. I actually want to see, like you kind of alluded to in the last couple of slides, EJ, what's happening in other silos, because there's too many of them for everybody to be gone. Everybody ain't gone. And I wonder if they'll give us a glimpse or a glimmer of what's going on. Again, I hope we explore Sim's motivations. Like, give us a good old flashback. You know what I mean? I want to see that. And I would also like to see Meadows' younger self and see what her original motivation was. Because you can tell all these people who become shadows are young and hungry. Like, oh, yes, I want to do this. I want to do this for the greater good. And ultimately, their intentions are thwarted. But yeah, I really enjoyed episode 2. Can't wait for episode 3. We know Juliet's a survivor. She's got a whole hammock. She done found a way to make fire in there. She is cooking and grilling. She might actually have their generator back online by the time we see her again. So I'm excited.
Not to have the generator on, but you're right though. I was like, while he in there hiding out, I was like, she an asset, bro. You might want to go make friends with her, because she can do it.
I would hope she don't have it back on. Like, that's some leverage right there. Don't cut it on just yet. We might need that as a tool, because people reckless in there, and I still don't think it's just him in there. Don't fix nothing yet. Chill.
Yeah, that is true. There's not just him in there, but I do want to get back over here, because I need them to move that part along though. Like, I want to start to get, like, who is in here, what's going on. I know they may not give it to us like right off the jump, but at least, give me something. I want to see if there's other people in there, and I do want to travel to the other silos, because I truly believe that there are a bunch of silos, just like we have states. I feel like that was their thought process when they built them doggone silos. They like the way they made it call them silo 18, this, that, or whatever. But the same way that we have, Kansas, Texas, you know what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's the same exact thing. And I feel like there's a bunch of them and that there are people that are still there. And I think that all those people that are out there really are from that one silo. And that's what they're trying to avoid is the tragedy of silo 17. So by any means necessary, they're going to perpetuate this whole big lie that they have going on. But I think it's for the good of the people when it's all, when at the end of the day. So there's that. But yeah, that was it, y'all. That was Silo episode 2, which was really dope. If you're not watching this show, please, please, please give this one a try. It is a really good show. And you don't have to watch a bunch of seasons. It's just season 2. Like, we're just starting season 2. Season 1 is going to be a slow burn, but I promise you it does get better. So yes, so give it a try. If you're watching this on the replay, guys, please make sure to go ahead and type in #replay and let us know what you thought about Silo. Ladies, what's going on with what we got going on next on your personal channels, the group stuff, all that stuff? Ash, you can start.
Okay, tomorrow from the finale, Tyra will be hosting that on Wednesday. I think we have 3 lives, y'all. Tia is done. Dune, I'll be doing Dune on Wednesday. And then we'll also have our Married at First Sight because y'all know Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we'll be taking a couple days off. We may have some pre-records up. I don't know. As far as uploads, I will be doing my Dune video tomorrow. That'll be posting. Landman will be posting on Wednesday. And I have a few other little treats up my sleeve this week. So just make sure that you're subscribed to everyone on the panel. Make sure you have your notification bell hit so you don't miss a thing. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Tyra, you got anything special going on? Any extra things going down?
What Ashley said, y'all heard what she said.
Okay, so no extra stuff. And guys, we're also going to be doing All the Queen's Men. So if you're watching that show, definitely make sure to come out. We're actually going to do a live after show. So yeah, come hang out with us. I think that's actually on Thanksgiving. So we'll be up late doing that. So anyway, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. Thank you to everybody in the chat that came through. As always, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to everybody on the channel. Do all the things, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
People are saying it's time for the belly.
Warning, oxygen levels low.